or so at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. A little dessert left. One more, and this one should be a good one. Off we go on EA Sports. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. His initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be second down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And I think this is going to be a matchup they exploit the rest of the game. They go to it here early to test it. And I think with those results, it's something they should continue to come back to, because I'm not sure the defense has a matchup for that running back.
To the air now on first and 10. He's going to air this one out. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Hit by the rookie out of Ohio State. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They get 11. And quickly pick up first down. Now they'll set up to throw. Catch made by Pickens. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. They'll look to throw yet again. Taking off. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback.
And he's in! Touchdown, Washington. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Now a ball deep, middle of the field.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Again, working deep downfield. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 4. The year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Do a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
So, 1 quarter in the books on this Thanksgiving night. 14-0 is our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Let's go now.
They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their off?
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Giants.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Let's go.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a 1st down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Washington. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Well, Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they got to hold up here in pass protection. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. He'll look to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting,
and he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one taken at the 10. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot. sends it down the middle. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make...
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. They'll look to throw. He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pack. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. That is intercepted. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the...
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Let's go. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one complete right side. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Washington. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike.